2020, August 31st, 8:29 a.m. So I've had several Facebook conversations with people with males and females who it's actually that kind of behavior in some way, shape, or form turns them on, which is fine and dandy. That's their path, their trip, their thing. Not my thing, their thing. It's all cool. Period. As long as they don't want to involve me, that's the point. Period. Now, there's a number of people who are their career is to be 1B victims for the culture, and they don't care where the cash comes from that goes into their pocket after they perform their memento mori 1B. They just care that it's coming to them, that it's happening, comma. This is not about Puritan laws. This is about the behavior patterns themselves. The laws are the only reason why it's illegal is because Puritans still have too much of a stranglehold on this culture, period. Other cultures couldn't care less about 1B activities, period. There's actually cultures in America that also don't care about 1B activities either, period. Amsterdam couldn't care less. France couldn't care less. Other cultures, 1B activities is a foundation aspect of their economy, period. So it's a human this momentum mori thing. Just because the Romans called it this does not mean it's not part of human nature, because it's difficult to find any place in any human on the earth that does not have their behavior pattern shaped by 1A, 1B, some aspect of 1C, even if it's a simple prayer or acknowledgement of thank you for the sacrifices, thank you for the food, thank you that's the 1C, that's 1C. Continuation of that fertility, continuation of good job, good harvest, good relations, good whatever you pray for either during your nightly prayers or at the dinner table or what have you, period. That's one. They can 1C is asking, is thanking, is appreciating Janus for the gifts, and then an expectation of, well, if you continue doing this the genius part, continue doing this, I will continue praying to you and worshiping you, period. This is all part of backfilling in what Napoleon saw in the King's Chamber that night, period. Backfilling this information in with the dozen other people who have gone into the King's Chamber and performed similar actions, period. Have built copies of Khufu, of the Khufu pyramid in other places and performed similar actions and behavior patterns, and the result, period. In truth, in hard physical reality, Father Frankelon, who built Miramont Castle, that was built to reflect both Khufu and Capitol Lion Hill, period. The General Palmer 1A and Margaret Davis Hayes 1B performed 1A against Father Frankelon and Nikola Tesla. So you have momentum mori right there, and you have three major groups: the clandestine Black Ops soldiers from the not yet called Fort Carson, and you have the military bases, the secret military bases of the Sons of the Confederacy and Margaret Davis Hayes in Old Carter City. You have this large group, and you have this large group, and then you have Father Frankelon and the entire Catholic Church and his nuns and his Catholic parishioners, few and far between, but they were present in the late 1800s. There was Catholics in Colorado Springs because there are some huge cathedrals in Colorado Springs. more than three or four. Not to mention the Air Force Academy. That cathedral wouldn't be built for several decades, but that's not anywhere near the point. The point is that it was built, and it's called a cathedral. And so you've got three or four huge cathedrals in Colorado Springs, and you have Catholics, and you have General Palmer's Protestants and his soldiers, and you have Confederates. You have layers and layers and layers of groups, different types of groups in different sizes of part two of the community, the parades. Okay? And you have those two men being 1A removed from the city and informed, come back and we will finish. We will stick the blade in. Period. So you have the same. You can find the same sequence of behavior patterns in association with the same building and copies of that same building. Father Franklin and Tesla had a huge workforce, and he had lots and lots of money from back east. So he had contracts with Westinghouse and with Edison and with dozens of other people. He had contracts with them. So you have layers and layers and layers of the part two, the parade, the community involvement, period. So you can rebuild what Napoleon saw in there based off of what Franklin did and what Tesla did and Napoleon and what Aleister Crowley did, as well as what dozens previous and dozens post of that did with similar construction of the Khufu Pyramid, as well as the Khufu Pyramid, as well as the Capitoline Hill, period. Lots going on.